Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Rock TO Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make a easy do-it-yourself art journal for those people who are starting out with art journaling and don't want to spend a bunch of money to go try to find the right art journal. They're expensive. You can make this quickly and easily out of some mixed media paper, which you can purchase at Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or in this case it's from Dick Blick Online. Recycled box. You're going to need some elastics. I started out using hair elastics and then I changed my mind and went with spool elastic. So to begin with, I cut my mixed media paper into 10 by 8 inch pieces, and that's because I knew that my finished piece needed to be 8 by 5. Then I used the box and I cut it up into 8.5 by 5.5, two different pieces of that plus a little spine piece that's 8.5 by 1/2 inch. And what I'm doing now is I am attaching the spine to the other two pieces using masking tape. Why does it need a spine? Because if you just fold it in half, the pages have nowhere to stick in and they won't let the book close easily. So if you do it this way, you get a nice easily closing book. So I'm leaving a little gap in between as I'm attaching them together so that they fold easier. The place where the tape is will be thinner and easier to bend than where the, if it doesn't have any extra bulk there. So once all those things are put together and into a little book cover, I'm going to cover the whole thing with some printed paper. I'm making this for a project that is for my Creative Crew design team for Canvas Corp brands, and I'm going to be mailing this around the world, and people are going to be putting their pages in it and then mailing it to the next person. It's a traveling art journal. So I'm using all Seven Gypsies, Tattered Angels, Canvas Corp brands products today on this project. So this is a travel themed paper pack, and I will put all the links to the papers and stuff that I use below so that you can find it if you need it. I cut the 12 by 12 piece down, and then I am bending it on the edges so that it fits around, and then I'm going to use some craft glue. This is Aleene's tacky glue, and I put that on thickly onto the back of the book, and then I'm going to spread it out with an old credit card so that I don't get bumps, and I'm going to use that to glue onto my 12 by 12 piece of printed paper. Then I have already folded the edges with the bone folder, and I'm, to make sure that there's really good creases. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use a dull butter knife, but bone folders work a little bit easier. But I don't expect you to run out to buy something for this. Then I'm folding the flaps to the inside and gluing those down as well with the tacky glue and pressing them down with the bone folder to make sure that they get a good seal. By folding over the edges, you're getting a really nice look of completely covering up the recycled cardboard because it's completely wrapped around. I'm also tucking in the edges as I go to make sure that everything's real neat and tidy. Making sure that it still has a good crease and folds well. Then I'm covering up just the spine area with this extra piece that was left over from the 12 by 12 piece of paper. That makes it look nice by covering up the masking tape and also adding just a little bit of reinforcement to the spine area because this is going to be open and shut, bend, bend, bend all the time. Then these are from another piece of the coordinating paper from the paper pack. And I'm going to glue those on the inside, covering up the edges of the folded paper to make everything look neat and tidy. Still using the same gluing method, smoothing the glue with an old credit card or gift card or something. This video is part of a video hop, and it's called the oopsadaisyhop. That's something that you say when you're lifting up a child. Oopsadaisy, you're giving a boost. And so the theme of this hop is to give everyone a boost who just might be starting out and teach you quick and easy things that you can do. Below the video, there'll be a link. There'll be links to everyone else's videos that you can check out. All 10-minute videos with something fairly easy you can learn. So be sure to check everyone out. So I have some ephemera from an ephemera pack, little travel-y things and tags. And I'm adding some color to them using some Basboard Mist from Tattered Angels and a few different colors, making them match the other paper instead of being just stark white. Also adding some color using a paintbrush and some of the mist. And these will make these pieces look better on the front. And this is just for decoration. If you just wanted to just cover your book and be done with it and not put extra stuff on it, you certainly could. You could use something besides scrapbook paper. You could use jelly print or painted paper or fabric. Fabric would look nice. Any of those things to cover your book. It doesn't have to be something this intricate or fancy. But because I'm using this for a Canvas Corp Brands traveling journal, I am using all their products because that just makes sense. I'm also sponging the edges of everything with some black archival ink to make it look a little bit more cohesive. And I have one of these architecture pieces, which is a new line from Seven Gypsies, and they are dimensional, very realistic, almost photographically realistic looking stickers that you can put onto projects, and they are awesome. I love them. They're just really cool. I can't even describe how different they are from anything else I've seen and how cool they are. So I'm gluing down all my pieces now that they're dry onto my book, and then I'm sticking on my architecture on the front. Obviously travel themed. I've got my little gypsy truck. There's a train on there. There's maps, things like that. Kind of an old world travel theme. Then I'm using a water-soluble pencil called a Stabilo All pencil just to put some black watery edges around everything. This helps a collage look more cohesive by blending everything into the background while still also giving it the idea that it is separate. I know that made no sense, but if you ever try it, you'll know what I mean. Some of my Stabilo was beating up, and so I did also include a little bit of black marks from a China marker, which is a waxy pencil, and I blended that with a blending stump. Just trying to make sure that I get enough edge on there. Then I'm putting my tag on as well. I'm going to write some words on it. I usually write in pencil and then go over it with black marker or whatever marker I'm using because I don't like my writing, so I want to make sure that it's just going right with the marker. I'm pretty sure it's going to get messed up, so I always do it that way. And then once I glue that on, I go around the edges of it as well. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and also make sure to go down below, click on everyone else's links, and go give them some YouTube love as well. So to finish up my cover, I'm covering this with some glossy varnish from Liquitex because I know this thing is going to be in at least 11 other people's hands traveling around the world, so I want to make sure that it's very sturdy. And then because glossy things are sometimes a little bit sticky and I don't want anything to get stuck together, I'm using some Daddy Van's beeswax furniture polish to go over it and make it less sticky. It also smells nice, but you can use any beeswax type of a product. So once the cover's done, I'm going to add in the elastics. You can use hair elastics, just make sure that you buy the extra large ones if you're making this size of a book. Or in this case, I'm just using spool elastic, which is exactly the same stuff. It's just not made into little, circles. It's all in one big string. So I measured it to make sure that I would have enough to go around 12 times. And I'm wrapping it around the spine 12 times because this is going to have 12 pages. You could put more than one page in each elastic if you wanted to, or you could you know, there's all kinds of ways you could do this, but the reason that I like this type of a book is because these pages are removable, and the person who's going to work on it can take out a page, do it separately, and then once it's dry, put it back in. So I'm counting to make sure that there's 12, and then I tie a knot in the elastic, and then I wrap it around and tie it again so that everything is kind of stuck together and doesn't have the temptation of sliding off the book. And then I'm just tucking in one page on each elastic. Like I said, you could put more than one, but I only need 12 pages for this book because it's a year-long project. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.